Let's say we are going to flip a fair coin 5 times. So fair coin, which means probability of getting head is equal to probability of getting tail equal to 1 by 2. Now we are going to flip it 5 times, 1 by 1. So first time, second time, third time, like that 5 times. Then what is the probability that we don't get any 2 heads or any 2 tails consecutively? So which means we should never get head in the first trial and head in the second trial, or like that, which means 2 heads should not be consecutive and 2 tails should not be consecutive. Now see this. So if you don't have to get 2 heads or 2 tails consecutively, then it should be like this: head, tail, head, tail, head. This is one way. Or tail, head, tail, head, tail. So these are the 2 choices we have. Now we are going to toss the same coin 5 times, and it is a fair coin, right? And now we know that when you are tossing a coin any number of times, then all the events are independent, which means if you want the probability of having a head in the first trial, intersection having a tail in the second trial, intersection having head in the third trial, if you want the probability, it is nothing but multiplication. Got it? So whenever you take this, either you flip a coin, or you roll a dice, or you draw a card with replacement, or you draw a ball with replacement, or bulbs, whatever, if you are doing it with replacement, right, or if you are playing with a fair coin, then the probability of getting the head in the next trial is independent of the outcome of the first trial. Got it? So they are all independent events. Always remember this. When we are conducting a random experiment over and again, the outcomes of the experiment is going to be independent of what happened earlier. Okay? Now see this. What is the probability of getting head in the first one, tail, and then head, tail, head? We know that since it is a fair coin, probability of getting head is 1 by 2, and probability of getting tail is 1 by 2. Again, getting head is 1 by 2, getting tail is 1 by 2, getting head is 1 by 2. Got it? Plus again same, getting tail is 1 by 2, head is 1 by 2, tail is 1 by 2, and head is 1 by 2, tail is 1 by 2. Got it? So this is how we can do it. So what is the main principle that I used here? Again, independent events model. Now let's see one more example where again we take independent events like this. If a person has to pass in an exam, he has to take 3 tests. Exam A, exam B, and exam C. Okay, let's take a real model. Let us say you are in +2 again. Go back to +2, and then we have 3 subjects, right? Physics, mathematics, chemistry, right? I think if you go back to +2 now, you will do much better and try to get into IITs, because now you know how important it is to get into IITs, right? Since you are already trying. So now let us say we have 3 subjects: physics, mathematics, and chemistry. Assume that the probability that a person A will pass the exam physics is 0.5 and will pass the exam mathematics is 0.6, let us say, and chemistry is 0.7. Now if it is given that all these 3 events are independent, which means the probability of a person passing in physics will not depend on whether he has passed in mathematics or chemistry. Similarly, the probability that he passes the mathematics will not depend on what happened in physics and chemistry test. So he is psychologically free. Now passing in one exam will not psychologically affect him or depress him in passing the other one. Therefore all the events are independent. Now these are the probabilities. Assume that. Now what is the probability that he will pass the that year +2? So in order to pass +2, he has to plus all these 3 events, right? Then again it is independent events, right? So the probability that he will pass +2 is equal to probability that he passes all the 3 courses. What are they? Physics, mathematics, and chemistry. Now since they are independent events, then we can directly write it as probability that he passes physics into probability that he passes mathematics into probability that he passes chemistry. Now what is it? It is equal to 0.5 into 0.6 into 0.7. Got it? And now what is the probability that he fails exactly one subject? If he has to fail exactly one subject, then it is going to be he might fail in physics, or he might fail in mathematics, or he might fail in chemistry. So these are the three cases, right? And since physics, mathematics and chemistry are all independent, physics complement mathematics and chemistry are also independent. We have already proven it earlier, right? In one of the proofs I did it. So whenever you have three events which are independent, now if you take complement of any one and if you combine with the other events, it is going to be independent. Or if you take complement of any two events and combine with the other event, they are all going to be independent. Or you take complements of three events, they are all going to be independent. Now what is this? So it is equal to probability that he fails in physics into probability that he passes mathematics into probability that he passes chemistry, plus probability that he passes physics into probability that he fails mathematics into probability that he passes chemistry, plus probability that he passes physics into probability that he passes mathematics into probability that he fails chemistry, right? And what can you say about it? What is P of P complement? If P of P is 0.5, it is going to be 1 minus 0.5, which means 0.5, and then you can substitute the other numbers. And what about this one? P of M complement is nothing but 1 minus P of M. So here you have to substitute 0.4, and these two can be substituted directly from this. And what about P of C complement? It is P1 minus P of C, which is nothing but 0.3. right? And you can substitute these two and you can get it. Now what is the probability that he fails in all the three courses? Then we have to write this. Probability that he fails in three courses is going to be this one, right? And again, if a P, M and C are independent events, then P complement, M complement and C complement are also going to be independent. So it is going to be like this, into P of C complement. Now what about each one? It is 0.5 into 0.4 into 0.3. Got it? So this is how you can answer this question. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkey's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkey, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkey is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkey. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.